Welcome to North by Northeast. I'm Sarah Ferguson, and today I'm here with Quinn, the Executive Director of AVA Community Arts Center in Gillette, Wyoming, and she's going to tell us about AVA. Hi Quinn, how are you?
Hi Sarah, I'm doing well. How about you?
Good, great to be here. I love all the artwork that's hanging around. Can you tell us about what is AVA? What does it have to offer?
Sure. So AVA is the Advocacy for the Visual Arts Community Center. It was founded in 1998 by a group of arts advocates and visionaries in our community who wanted a space for visual artists in Campbell County. So we received this space in 2003. We're right down close to downtown Gillette at 509 West 2nd Street. So we've been here nearly 20 years now. We are a community center, so what we do is we promote the visual arts in several ways. We have monthly exhibitions in our gallery space. As you can see behind me, we've got a seasonal show in right now. Aside from that, we also host an artisan market. Currently, we have 32 individual artists in our market displaying and selling their artwork. And then we provide quite a few different programs to the community, art programs that represent all skill sets and all medium levels.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you guys rotate that work out monthly, so you do have kind of some receptions and stuff too. Can you talk a little bit about that and how people can come and support those?
So you can always find us on every second Thursday of the month from 6 to 8 p.m. It is an open public reception. We typically have food, some music, some refreshments for folks. And it's just a really nice casual event. You can come down, you can kind of engage with the artists in the show. You know, sometimes artists like to talk about their work, not all the time.
So what does it take to run AVA? I know that you guys are always looking for volunteers and people that want to support the arts. How can people get involved that way?
AVA was founded by essentially volunteers in our community, and it's kind of the reality with most nonprofits. We are very much in support of and successful because of our volunteer base in the community. So we are always looking and appreciative of new volunteers. AVA has several different opportunities to volunteer. It kind of depends on a person's, interest and where they really want to engage with the visual arts. We do have an executive board, so that is a pretty high level of commitment in terms of volunteering. But what's really nice is that's also a very high level of engagement with AVA. So those folks, they really serve as the visionaries of AVA's future growth, and I report directly to them, and I'm sort of the person who enacts that vision for them. So we are always looking for new volunteers for those positions. We also do several fundraisers through the year just to keep AVA healthy and to promote the longevity of the organization. So those committees are always looking for new energy and new membership. It's very nice with our fundraisers and our events to have new energy from the community, just to get different fresh perspectives on fun things that we can provide for Campbell County. And then aside from that, we have regular schedule of programs, and we always are switching out our exhibition spaces. So it's nice to have volunteers who are looking for very random commitments where they can come in sometimes throughout the month and maybe assist our curator in exhibition exchanges or assist on programs. Often those are youth-based programs, so it's kind of a fun way to both interact with the arts and interact with young artists in our community.
Fantastic. You touched a little bit about it, but I want to talk more about the organizations or things that you guys do in the community. Who do you guys interact with, and who do you guys work with?
Sure, yeah, so that's definitely a facet of AVA that I am probably most proud of, is our strong partnerships with other nonprofit organizations in our community. So currently we do quite a bit of programming with organizations such as Climb Wyoming, Gala. We actually this month have a group coming in via the Wyoming Leadership Program to do a paint activity with us. And probably one of our strongest and most thriving programs that we promote is our Yes House program. So we serve the clients of Yes House every single month, and that's a really wonderful way for AVA to really help the clients of Yes House learn new tools and new healthy mechanisms for expressing themselves. It's very fulfilling on our end to be able to teach them about the visual arts, a lot of processes and a lot of interacting with fine art, and that's a very strong program that I'm very proud of.
Great. Coming up, you have the annual Gala. Tell us about this exciting event.
Yeah, so our Gala is our largest fundraiser of the year. We are actually moving into our 19th annual gala, so another thing to be very proud of. And so that gala happened right at the end of January, and that is, of course, a fundraiser for AVA, but more important, an art auction for our community artists. Every year we select a juror. So this year we actually are doing a partner juried system. We've got 2 jurors from the Sheridan County area. We've got a gal named Elena Henry. She is a very well-known prolific potter in our region. And then we've also got the executive director from Gentel, Mary Jane Edwards, and they're jurying this year for us. They will select 45 individual pieces of artwork submitted by our community members. And we do actually promote that this is an open call nationwide, so we don't really, hone in on just our region. We definitely like to select very fine art that can represent, the entire country. So every year it looks a little bit different, but we auction that artwork off at the gala event. We select the top 10 pieces to go out in a live auction portion, and then we also have the 35 other pieces in a silent auction portion. We typically also offer some different fundraiser packages. Last year we had a Napa Valley package that was really popular. So it changes year to year depending on what our community members are willing to help us procure, and that's obviously a huge support system for AVA to help us incentivize fundraising that really promotes the longevity of AVA. So folks are very interested in getting involved in that event. We will be selling tickets in December and January. You can go right onto our website. It's www.avacenter.org, or you can always call me down at AVA. Our number down here is 307-682-9133, and I'm definitely happy to facilitate you getting those tickets. We're always seeking sponsorships as well for table sales. We love to have organizations represented at our event just to show hey, these are businesses in our community that heavily support AVA year to year, and we really wouldn't be as strong and thriving as we are without them. One thing that's actually very interesting about our gala this coming year is, due to COVID-19, we decided that we wanted to create a fusion experience for folks who are still practicing social distancing at home. So by the help of a software called Greater Giving, we actually are allowing people to be bidding on that silent auction portion of artwork at home this year, hoping to kind of promote this environment of inclusivity for folks who want to engage and support AVA, want to buy fine art, want to really support the artists in our region, but maybe don't feel quite comfortable convening just yet. So again, if you would like to reach out to us down here at AVA, I would be very happy to get you registered into that system and aware of how that auction portion works, and we would love to have your support at this year's event. So I also, would like to highlight that AVA is a members-based organization. I get this question a lot from people in the community. They say, I'm not sure if I can just walk down into AVA, if you guys are open to the public all the time. And I just really like to emphasize to our community members that AVA is a community center. It's not my community center, it's not the board's community center, it's our community center, and we all have a stake in it. So I would just like people to be encouraged to know that they can come into AVA anytime that we are open. We love to have general foot traffic. We love seeing tourists from out of state in the summertime, and we just really are here to advocate for our regional artists. Another way that you can really support AVA is we are members based, and we do have an annual membership fee. What's really nice about becoming a member of AVA is you are accessing our programs at a lower price point. If you're an artist in the community, you are selling your artwork to the community at a higher commission rate. And then there's always some exclusive offerings as well. We do pre-ticket sales. We take down the price on our ticket sales for our AVA members. And ultimately what you're doing by committing that money to AVA annually is that you're promoting our access to our entire community. That's funding that goes directly into programs such as our Yes House programs and our Boys and Girls programs. So you're really instilling these visual arts opportunities into the youth in our community, into the folks in the residence homes in our community. So you're really supporting AVA and the visual arts access in our community.
So Quinn, talk to me about the artwork that you guys have in here, because you guys switch this out every month. And so how can artists submit their work? What is the curation process? Tell me about all that.
Sure. Yeah, so our monthly exhibitions actually kind of happen in a variety of ways. Actually, if you keep an eye on AVA's social media, we will be releasing our schedule for 2021 very soon. We do put out a lot of public calls throughout the year. So with a public call, typically our team sets up an idea for a concept. So for instance, right now we're in the thick of Halloween season. So this show is our haunted show. So we will put a concept call out to our community and say, hey artists, this is your call. If you have work that falls in line with this concept, please submit right through our website, avacenter.org. We do have a submission fee of $15 per month for exhibiting in our space. That gives you access to submitting up to 3 artworks that can be shown during that month. So those open calls are really open to anyone in the public making things that fall within that concept. Our curatorial panel really prioritizes showing all skill levels within our gallery space month to month. So we typically don't choose work based on quality alone. We really like to show and represent really all techniques, all skill sets. And so we very, very rarely actually deny a piece of artwork into our open call shows. The only time that really a work maybe won't get into that specific call is if it doesn't really fall in line with the concept of the show. But often we just really try to support that artist and say, you should consider submitting this piece for this call coming up instead. So the open calls are really nice because again, they're an access point for anyone. But we definitely also encourage working artists in the community to approach AVA about having their own group or solo shows in our space. For instance, last month we had local artist Mark Wigner in for a solo exhibition in our front space. And those are really nice opportunities for individual artists to also network and get their body of work shown. Obviously with an open call show, you're really only able to show 3 pieces at a time. So the advantage of showing your own solo show or a group show with a group of individual artists in our community is that you really get to take the reins on deciding what your concept for your show, what your body for your show will look like. And that is a really nice opportunity again for artists to express themselves. So we really like artists to take up that call and come to us and say, we would really like to have a group show in next month or next year. What can you do for us? And AVA is really here to help facilitate that.
And so tell us about your guys' online presence. How can people find you online, connect with you, and then get a hold of you?
Sure. Yeah. So, definitely in this year of odd times, I've tried to find silver linings during the coronavirus. One thing that I was talking to Sarah about is that during our closures in March and April, we were not open to the public. And one silver lining to not being open to the public is that gave us the bandwidth to really grow our online presence. During that time, we built out our website to support e-commerce. So every piece of art that we show, both in our gallery space and in our artisan market, is also for sale online and available for shipping. So we are really hoping to promote our artists in a way where they can sell their work not just regionally, but maybe nationwide. So if you're very interested in showing your work or even buying work from local artists in our community, you can go right there onto our website. It again is www.avacenter.org. And you can click through our exhibitions from the full year. You can also click through our artisan market and see how things are categorized by medium type. And that's just a really nice way to, again, facilitate e-commerce, maybe buy nice gift items or individual items for your home. You can also follow us on social media. We have a nice presence on both Facebook and Instagram. And that's a really nice way to just find out what's happening at AVA day to day. We try to do a really specific job of promoting programs coming up, new gallery exchanges, new artwork in our market. Sometimes we even really try to highlight artists and just get a sense of what they're working on and what their perspective is on artwork in general. So make sure and follow us there if you want to keep up.